Hi guys, it's Lauren Berger. I post new videos every Wednesday, so make sure to click on the link and subscribe below. All right, today's video is how to make a budget for your summer internship. Now, what people seem to be the most concerned about when it comes to internships is money, right? How can I afford to go to New York or LA or Chicago or wherever it might be for the summer and get an internship? Even if it's a paid internship, how do I live there? How do I get around once I'm there? How do I eat food once I'm there? So I want to do a video now because you have plenty of time to think about the summer, right? And I want to talk about your basic summer internship budget. Now, obviously, it depends on where you want to go, right? Certain places are going to be more expensive than others. And remember, don't overlook your hometown. There's no reason why you can't live at home with mom and dad over the summer and do an internship locally. Or maybe you have to take a class at school, so you have to do an internship in the city where you go to school. Local internships are great. So don't feel pressure to go somewhere else to intern just because it's cool. You definitely don't have to do that. So first, I want you guys to decide where it is you want to go. What are the options? And it's okay if you're looking at two. You're looking at staying at home or going to New York City for the summer. But think about what your options are, because we're going to want to budget out all of these options and see which option makes the most sense for you. So the first step is really to start doing your research. If you want to go to New York for the summer, what do you need to spend money on? Well, I will tell you guys, when I went to New York for the summer, I had to spend money on a plane ticket to New York, right? I couldn't walk there from Florida. I had to spend money on the place where I was gonna live, and I ended up living at the NYU dorms. They open their doors to students who don't go to NYU over the summer. A lot of places do that, specifically in New York City. Some of the other cities are catching on as well, but New York is really, really great for that. So I had to find out how much it was gonna cost to live at the NYU dorms for the summer. In terms of food, through NYU, I was able to get on the NYU meal plan, so that really helped with the cost of food. But if I didn't have that, I would have had to write out, how much am I gonna spend on groceries every week? Do I even have a refrigerator in the place where I'm staying? And how much am I gonna spend on food and just meals and eating out, for the several weeks that I'm doing my internship. Now, typically a summer internship is gonna be about 8 weeks. So I'd recommend that you all base your budgeting off of 8 weeks. So if you know that you're gonna spend at least $100 on food every week, then you're talking about an $800 food expense. So again, look at this over an 8-week period. You're gonna want time for fun. So make sure that you put, you give yourself something for entertainment, whether it's going out to bars if you're over 21 or it's going to the movies. Whatever it is, you're gonna want some extra cushion money in there. If you're going to New York, you're gonna need to pay probably for the subway unless you can walk from where you're living to your internship. But if you're living in LA, and I did intern in LA for 2 summers, it gets a little tricky when you're interning in LA, right? You need to either rent a car or you need to map out the city bus system. We do have subway here in LA now, but it's, sometimes not the best to use depending on what part of town you need to get to. So you have to figure out your transportation and what costs you are working with. So the first step is going to be to do your research, get an estimate of what these costs are. They don't need to be exact. And then what I want you guys to do is I want you to start a budget. Now, there are all kinds of fancy ways to use Excel and Google Docs, whatever you're comfortable with. We're going to do a really, really basic summer internship budget. So what I'm going to have you guys do is create a Google Doc. You need a Gmail account, and then you're going to go to docs.google.com, okay? And you're going to create a new Google spreadsheet. So you're gonna create one tab of this spreadsheet, and it's going to have your income, all right? First, we need to figure out what money you have available to you. Maybe you have a Christmas gift that came in, $300 from mom and dad. Then maybe you wait tables part-time on the weekends. You have your hourly pay and you have your tips. You need to calculate all the money that you're gonna be able to save between now and the summer, so probably through mid-May. So you're gonna write down all of your income, the type of income, is it a gift, is it pay, where does it come from, when you're gonna get that money, okay? And again, these can be estimates. You just wanna have an idea. So I wrote my list, and this is what I was dealing with in college. I would say in a semester, I was able to make about $5,000 from my job waiting tables. You're gonna make another tab on the Google Doc, and this is gonna be your expenses for a potential summer internship. I made this based on an internship for the summer in LA. Now again, these were my estimated costs. You have to do your own research. I have my flight to LA, my flight back home, those are around $500. I have a rental car, which was about $160 per week for 8 weeks. You can get it cheaper, do your digging. I had my gas money. When I interned in LA, I did a sublease. So I was paying $450 a month for 2 months for one room in an apartment with somebody from Craigslist. I had a grocery expense, an entertainment expense, and then I gave myself $250 as a cushion. So my summer internship estimated budget is $3,995, okay? Now, this is an estimate. You obviously are gonna try to be as savvy as possible when you're putting together a budget of your own. I made another tab on my sheet. I know, bear with me here, we got a budget. I made another tab. My other tab is that, yes, ideally I'm saving up for an internship, but realistically, I have a lot of other bills, right? I have my phone bill, I have to split like my gas and water bill with my roommates, I have my rent for my apartment at school. So as much as I'd love to put all of my money towards my internship, that's just not really possible, right? So I made a list of all of my personal expenses, my rent, my bills, my grocery, my entertainment. Let's face it, I don't just sit around, right? I go out sometimes. So my school books. So my total expenses, aside from my internship, was like $3,500. So I had an issue, right? I made another tab on my Google Doc, and it was income minus expenses. My income is like $5,050. My regular expenses are $3,595. My internship expenses are another $3,995. So what's my issue here, right? My issue is that I'm about $2,500 short, okay? So I'm planning an internship now. We're in December. My summer internship is not till next summer. So I have to figure it out, right? How am I gonna come up with another $2,500? And so now what I'm gonna do, and because I have time, I can plan, is I'm gonna look at my other regular expenses and I'm gonna say, okay, where can I cut back? Where can I save here? And then I'm gonna go to my income and I'm gonna say, okay, is there a way that I can make $400 a month instead of $350 a month waiting tables? Can I pick up additional shifts? What else can I do to figure out the problem? And the problem here is very clear. It's a $2,500 problem. And again, this is all an example, everybody. I'm the intern queen. I'm no longer looking for an internship, but I wanted to put together something that was very real so that you guys can look at this. It's important to prep. When you plan, anything is possible. So I want you guys to do the work, put all of this together so that you can see where you're at. And who knows, maybe you have the opportunity to talk to your uncle or to your parents and to say, I'm $2,500 short. I really want to do an internship this summer. Can you help me out? Can you give me $200? Anything to help me reach my goal. I've seen students start Kickstarter campaigns to raise money for summer internships. So again, look at all the money and plan it out. I really believe that if you plan and prepare, anything is possible. So let's start doing this now so we can budget for that summer internship. If you have any questions, you know I'm always here. And don't forget to comment below. Let me know what you're dealing with, what's hard for you, and if there's any video ideas that you have, anything else that you want to hear me speak to, let me know. Got you covered.